Welcome again to another edition of A Likely Story. It's good to see you again. I'm your host, Grafton Stringer. Well, you know, in the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of big events going on all around the country, but we here in Florida have been quietly fulfilling our role as the bringer of crazy to the rest of the nation. That's right, we're just self-aware enough here in the Sunshine State to know that we're like that crazy elderly aunt that you see once a year. You know, the one with the unkempt hair who shakes like a leaf while eating an apple with one hand at the same time she smokes a cigarette with the other hand, while rambling on and on about other scary people you don't know. Well, Florida is just like that aunt, with a gun. Yes, Florida continues to be the crazy capital of America, despite North Carolina's efforts. We see you, and we'll cut you, North Carolina. And here's just a few things that may have slipped under your radar in the meantime. Like the Orlando man who was pulled over on a routine traffic stop and arrested after the police discovered flakes of crystal meth on the floorboard of his car. But as it turns out, it wasn't crystal meth. It was exactly what the man told him it was before they arrested him and threw him in jail. It was Krispy Kreme donut glaze. And I'm not sure what disturbs me more, the fact that Orlando police screwed up the arrest of a 64-year-old retired city employee on suspicion of having crystal meth in his car, or that a trained police officer didn't recognize donut parts. Then there was the North Florida woman who crashed her car into a home after not seeing a stop sign because she was praying with her eyes closed while driving. I think if she was praying for prosperity, she probably made somebody's prayers come true, just maybe not hers. And it seems like a good time for all of us to pause for a moment and think about what the reaction would have been if she had looked like this. But when it comes to crazy like turds in a punch bowl, it seems like there are always a couple of names that rise to the top. First up, Florida Governor Rick Scott. You probably missed that a private organization called the Fish and Wildlife Foundation of Florida, a group run by a Miami developer, gave the governor an award as this year's honoree for his environmental protection. Yes, if your mouth is hanging open, you're not alone. This is the same Florida governor who has been called a disaster for our natural resources by every major newspaper in the state. And here's just a short list of the things he's done during his time in office. He's cut budgets for environmental protection. He's weakened environmental laws for clean air and clean water while undercutting regulations. And under Governor Scott, the state even offered bonuses to employees who sped up the issuing of building and other permits before regulators could keep them in check. But probably the most interesting thing in the governor's environmental resume is when it was revealed that under Scott, employees working for the Department of Environmental Protection were ordered not to use the terms global warming, climate change, or even the word sustainability. Because everyone knows that if you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. Just like the governor's refusal to ever talk again about the $1.7 billion in fines his company HCA Healthcare received before he took office for the largest healthcare fraud case in U.S. history. But still, giving an environmental award to this man is like giving an award to this man for his bartending skills. But I guess they were half right, because giving our governor an environmental award is definitely mental. But in the bizarro, backwards, crazy town that is Florida, there of course was one moment in the past 2 weeks that really got a lot of attention. And I wonder who could have been responsible for such a thing. I wonder.
Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
Secret Agent Orange here, who spent his entire Republican presidential convention trying to portray himself as the law and order candidate, just formally asked Russia to commit espionage against the United States and help him by hacking into his opponent's emails and releasing them to the press. Despite his remarks being as close to openly expressed treason ever uttered by a major American political figure, it was all met with a deafening lack of lock him up chants from his fellow Republicans. No, he, of course, later claimed that he was just kidding, but I think he's probably just trying to keep an open line to Russia so he can get help finding his next wife, because I hear he's been complaining lately that Melania has been sounding a lot like somebody's mom. But being the savvy businessman that he is, luckily he kept the box Melania came in. Well, for now, it's just another instance of somebody doing something incredibly weird during their time here in Florida. And after Governor Rick Scott's environmental record, well, it's probably just something in the water. And that's a likely story. I'm Gafton Stringer. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you back here again soon. Thanks for joining us.